In the county of Nod Off, the frubbers of Freep are all giving in to the sweet sucker of sleep.
Elastigirl pursued the train and was able to successfully activate the hover train's braking system, stopping the train and saving hundreds of lives. Fans and critics alike praised Elastigirl's heroic efforts.
You are Elastigirl! This is why I'm now shaking your hand. Oh, it was so sad when you went underground. I'm glad to see you back in your shiny outfit.
That means so much coming from you. Good luck with your speech. Bring lasting peace.
These meetings are important, but so is the TV interview we're about to be late for.
Ooh.
Appreciate the support, but if you'll excuse us, we have somewhere we need to be.
Hi there. Come on, us. Just a couple of awesome supers going about our business. All this attention is kind of great, don't you think?
Yeah, I suppose it is nice to feel appreciated. But Wynn said not to be late to the TV station. Let's go.
Adoring fans, TV interviews? I could get used to this.
My cat! My sweet little Bailey!
We have this under control, ma'am. I have it on good authority that cats love fish.
Doesn't seem like this one does. Looks like it's up to us.
We got time?
Sure. How long could it take?
Here, kitty. Come get the fishy. You sure cats like fish?
What's going on?
Hey!
Okay, this'll get that furball down.
His name is Bear!
Sorry, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. Come for kisses, Bailey Boo.
Looks like our work here is done. Back to the station.
Stretch a leg.
Three, two.
Yeah.
Here, fresh on the heels of her own heroic save of a runaway train and sporting a new look, is the superhero Elastigirl. Welcome.
Hello, Chad.
LEGO Incredibles Walkthrough Part 3. I forgot what the name of this level was, but we have to fight the Raccoon Boss, and this was really the scene of this game that made me want to see the movie. If this actually happens in the movie, I thought this would be really hilarious, because this was definitely one of the weirdest things that I've done in a LEGO game, playing as an infant beating the crap out of a raccoon. And of course, it's not just any infant, it is Jack himself, and he's going to have all kinds of powers that we're going to be able to use. So he has the magic powers that Harry Potter was the first one to use in the LEGO Harry Potter games. He'll be able to turn into a big flaming fireball and then an imp later on, and I think there's another one that he can do that I don't think I did very often, or I don't know what that one on the bottom was. Maybe that one's custom. I'm not really sure there. But here's the imp that we're going to use, or whatever this is called, kind of demon devil child, to defeat some of the raccoons that the King Raccoon is sending at us. And once that is done, we can switch on over to the fire guy and blow up the golden trash can. That's going to send him over here, and I think, yep, we're going to be able to start beating him pretty badly. We're going to pull out his ears by mashing the X button, and then I think we're going to, like, smash in his skull by bashing the B button. Okay, we're just pulling on his tail there, and then do we smash in his skull? Third one happens, and what do we do here? Let's see. Kinda, we're trying to eat him, but I don't think we have teeth yet, so, okay. And then we got to do it 2 more times. And that's going to be this whole boss fight. So this is a cutscene that I'm talking over, but no talking here, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. And, yeah. This was definitely a level. So I'm going to let the rest of it play out on its own. It's pretty straightforward, and I'll start talking when I feel like I need to for the rest of this video.
You have powers! Yeah, baby! And there's not a scratch on you! Did you go through the locked door? Are those your powers? Ha ha! Who can multiply like rabbits and go right through any solid... Oh my...
Well, all the polls are going in your direction.
That's true. Things are good, but...
Hello.
Huh?
Do I have your attention?
Yes, Chad?
Screens are everywhere. We are controlled by screens. And screens are controlled by me, the Screen Slayer.
Don't look at any monitors.
I control
signal's
this
been hijacked.
broadcast
I'll check it out.
and this idiotic anger man you see before you. I could hijack the ambassador's aerocade while it's still airborne. Right, Elastigirl?
Sharp!
Not again.
How you holding up? Good. Let's go be super. Don't look down.
right, now that that's over, we're going to head on back here to Elastigirl and the Zappy Zap guy that I forget what his name is. And we're going to be doing a couple of things on this airplane, trying to take it down and then get off of it so we can chase down the person who's hypnotizing all of these people. And I was going to say something, but I kind of forgot what it was. So it probably wasn't all that important, but we can dash on through this part here, right through the wind turbine, and amazingly, the jet turbine, I guess, and amazingly not get killed by it. And then we're just going to kind of wall around across the back of the plane so we can get onto this part. And then a helicopter is going to very rudely destroy... Oh, this isn't an airplane, this is a helicopter. Okay, anyway, the helicopter is going to very rudely tear apart part of the helicopter. And then once again, as I complained about in the last level, we're going to have to rapidly mash the X button to hang on, and I don't actually know if you could push Y there and switch to Elastigirl and skip that part. I wonder if you could. You probably can't, but yeah, I don't know. So we'll jump on up here, and we're going to be running into our first boss fight of sorts inside of this level, and that's going to be the later sort of third, I guess I could describe it. And it is going to take a little bit longer than the part of the level we're doing right now, but we're going to want to destroy all of those screens that we're seeing, and there's going to be kind of a matrix of screens that we're going to have to take out, and that's going to be the boss fight. There's not really many bosses in this game. There definitely are, but there's not many what I would consider sort of typical LEGO bosses, but we're also going to be running into the sort of build it different ways pile of bricks, and this has been in LEGO games for a while now, and basically there's one pile of bricks and you can build it in 2 or 3 different directions, and it'll do different stuff based on the direction that you build it in, but you almost always have to build it in a certain direction first. The other thing is at the top of the screen there when I got all the studs, we saw our true hero meter, or whatever the heck it's called, true family, I think it might be in this game. And that goes up by collecting all the studs, and once you get enough studs, that's when it fills up, obviously. That's been in all the LEGO games before, and generally it's a pretty good indicator of how close you are to the end of the level. But some levels like this one give you so many studs at the beginning that you're going to get it right away. So you're not really going to have any idea based on that. And there's going to be one level later. We get like 500,000 studs in that one level. And that's crazy because when I started that level, I think I had 900,000. So you get pretty much all the studs you have earned up to that point in one level. So that does happen a few times, and this would be one of them, except we're not going to get 500,000 studs, we might get 100,000. Anyway, that was kind of some pointless rambling there. Once the screens in that helicopter are broken down, we can jump on over to this jet here, and we'll just want to walk over Elastigirl and once again have to hang on. This is the 3rd time in the game now. I mean, come on. And then once we're over here, luckily Elastigirl's pretty good at unstretching herself when she needs to on her own. I don't know if that happens when you're playing co-op. You may need to push another button, or it probably happens on its own. And then once we get over here, we'll be getting to the boss. And the boss is going to take me a little while longer than it should have, just because I did mess up a couple of times, but that's not really a big deal. You'll get the main gist of the boss pretty quickly. He's not really too hard. We can use Elastigirl to swing on over places as if she had a grappling hook too, so that's kind of nice, and then she can send her arm over and push the button to get this guy, or pull the wing down to get this guy to jump on over with us too. And once again, he's going to be hanging off there. That's time number 4. Luckily, I think they realized they went a little bit overboard with that in this level because it doesn't happen nearly as often in the rest of the game, but it still does happen. And then we're going to have to do this computer, and I messed up there a little bit, so I pushed B to exit out. There might be a better way to reset it, I don't really know about that. And then we're going to do it correctly this time. These are randomized, but there's not too many patterns of these, so if you reset one, you might get a different set of squares the next time, but really none of them are that hard to do. They really shouldn't take that much effort to, to complete them. And then we're going to have a couple of poles we'll be able to swing on, which is something we should definitely be familiar with by now if we've played LEGO games in the past. So jump on over here, swing on the pole, get on up past the raging turbine that I'm pretty sure the heat from that would kill you, and then we get to face the boss, which I completely forgot the name of this person, but this pile of screens is the boss I was talking about. So we need to get into the cockpit there so we can actually free all the people who are flying this airplane or helicopter or whatever the heck it is now. I don't even know anymore. And we're going to do that by destroying the screens in a different kind of order. But it's kind of weird because we're not really going to blow up all the screens. We're going to blow up the middle left one, the middle right one, and then the top right one, or the top middle one. And we don't actually blow them up. We send them into those conduits that you can see on the left bottom, or the left top and right. And we do that to get the electricity to flow to the cockpit so we can overload the screens in there. And first we're going to want to stretch into the vent here so we can once again get confused at the direction that we're going, because we go in on the left and come out on the right. And then we'll want to just push the button, and we do that by using the B button, not punching it for some weird reason. And then the doors are going to open up, and that'll allow us to go on inside of there. So this guy is going to get hypnotized, and that's going to be an attack that he'll do every now and then. The screen will do every now and then to hypnotize the people around you. So if you defeat the enemies, you'll have to defeat them again once they get re-hypnotized. And inside of here, it'll be another electric sort of outlet like we've had before, and we're just going to charge it up and watch what could have been a puzzle not to be a puzzle. That thing on the wall, I thought we were going to have to turn the lights so they would match each other, but no, it just did it on its own. And here's that pile of bricks that we can build in multiple directions that I talked about. So my controller was sort of weirding out here and made me build it to the right side, and I thought, okay, I'm going to do it that way because why not? And if you do it this way, I think, can you actually do this way first? Oh yeah, okay, we're supposed to do it to the right then. Alright, interesting. Anyway, so put it on the right side first, we make the hammer. I thought we were supposed to do the left one first, but my controller was weirding out because I remember me trying to put it on the left one. I guess that worked out. Alright then, accidental success. And we're going to use the hammer to knock the screen over to the left side. And then I think here I build it on the left side second, which is wrong. We want to build it onto the top. And that will allow us to pull the middle top screen into the top of the conduit there. And if we don't do it in order, the screens are going to go back to normal. The guy will pull them back to where they're supposed to go. And right there, we have to jump on the button, I think, 3 times to get the boxing glove to whack the screen over. And as we can see, it didn't stick over there. He makes a cat kind of meowing at us, taunting us. So we're going to destroy this pile of bricks and then do it correctly. And once that is done for the final screen, that'll be the end of the level.
This isn't over by a long shot, Elastigirl.
That's it. We're almost there. One more screen, then search, run into the cockpit.
Isn't what it used to be since I...
I'm perfectly fine.
Boys are jerks and superheroes suck.
Good morning.
He takes one look at me in that suit and decides to pretend he doesn't even know me.
Well, if He really did see you. It's best that he forget. I can't tell you how many memories Dicker's had to erase over the years when...
It was Dicker! You told him about Tony.
Honey.
You had me erased from Tony's mind!
well...
I hate superheroes, and I renounce